Hey guys, welcome back to the UIM series with Romeister. In this episode, I want to start tackling some of the recipe for disaster subquests to unlock access to higher tiers of gloves, but before we get to that, we need to go over the clues I got while doing birdhouse runs, which ended up being quite a few clues. To free up space, I've already opened up some of the caskets, which were 5 beginners, and an easy which didn't really give me anything at all, and a couple medium caskets which gave me an agent page 3, lumberyard and Tybo 1 tellies, and a dupe bandos page. I also got a master clue which obviously was a reach, and I couldn't even do the first step since I needed to fletch rune darts. Bummer. Also a second easy casket for nothing. Now for today I have 5 more beginners, nothing, 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 and nothing. Plus an easy casket. Nice! Narda tellies. I'll probably drop trade these over to my main since I'd prefer the GP on that account over tellies I'll probably never use here. One more thing, be sure to check out the playlist in the upper right corner to get caught up if you've missed any videos in this series, and also scroll down and hit the like button and get subscribed so you don't miss future videos. Sorry to blue ball you all again, but before we get started, since I'm still churning through the last couple of videos, I'm going to sit back and AFK Teaks for a little bit. On the bright side though, I'm kind of thinking it'll be nice to max another skill to get access to a trim skilled cape, which will be a huge upgrade over the capes I have now, and woodcutting seemed like the easiest thing to come back to quickly. So if you see me AFKing Teaks in the future, this is why. Level 71 woodcutting coming in, 72. I got level 73 on mobile while working from home. Level 74, level 75. Oh yeah, totally forgot that I can cut magic trees at 75. Awesome stuff. Well, I'm kind of dumb and misclicked while I was trying to resize my client, and I guess we're opening up some clues now. And that is easy clue number 18 on the count for nothing special, and 19 gives me, I guess it's a little bit of GP, nothing special though. And let's go to beginners, nothing, nothing. Ooh, oh, most importantly, it's a unique, but I can actually store that in a house, so that's pretty cool. All right, another beginner clue, nothing, 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 and nothing. Cool. So just like with everything else in the house as a UIM, I actually cannot withdraw this Sandwich Lady top until I get the other 2 pieces of the set, and at the very least, it's 1 more clue unique checked off the account. Level 76. Hey, look at that, I'm doing a medium clue and I got 71 construction from making a stash unit. Nice. As it usually goes on the UIM, when you're doing one thing, usually some other side tasks pop up, and in this case, I'm doing a medium clue scroll while AFKing Teaks, and I actually cannot complete it right now because I need to talk to Gabooti, who is only available after the Jungle Potion quest. And Jungle Potion's a pretty easy quest, so we're going to take a quick break from AFKing Teaks and go knock out this quest. So Jungle Potion's a pretty quick quest. You basically talk to this dude Trophitis, who asks you to gather a bunch of herbs so he can talk to the gods. And honestly, I don't think this will take more than like 5 or 10 minutes. Here we go, that's the snakeweed. I forgot to record it, but I did pick up the Adrigal from the palm trees over here by the harpy bug swarms. There's the cytofoil. There's the Valencia moss. I figured since I was in the area, I may as well pick up the Clue Hunter trousers. And there's the Rogue's Purse. I'm also going to kill a Joker really quick over here, since that counts as an easy task for the Crom's Diary. Alright, that's all the herbs collected for Trophitis, and that should be the quest complete. Yep, there we go, 1 quest point, and 775 herbal experience. That might have been a better quest to do earlier on in the account just to get a few levels, but you know what they say, better late than never. So I was heading back to the Teaks and I saw an eclectic impling over here by the monastery, and I get a medium clue from it. 77 woodcutting, level 78. Alright, that's going to be it for AFK and Teaks for now. That was a lot longer than I expected to put those videos together, but nonetheless we got to 78, close to 79 woodcutting. It also dawned on me this morning that I could have been doing this at the Woodcutting Guild chopping yews, so I can train fletching by turning them into yew short bows and then alching them for a little bit of money in the process, but oh well, you live and you learn. Now we're off to start questing. To start each of these subquests in RFD, you need to enter this little door portal thing in the Lubbridge Castle and inspect each of the members. Since I'm going to start with Prison Pete, I'm going to inspect him, and I may as well start the Goblin one as well since I'm already here. Each of these subquests aren't that difficult all in all. It's basically just collecting a random assortment of ingredients to make food for each member, and in Pirate Pete's case, it's just making some fish cakes. Pirate Pete's portion is probably the most annoying of these subquests in terms of inventory, since you need to go underwater and collect some things, on top of the fact that there's a weight limit and you have to get a bunch of other things like the bread, a fishbowl, and bronze wires. The UIM life strikes again. I had to blow my own fishbowl since there really isn't a good way for me to get one outside of making one. Alright, there's the cod, and I think that's everything I need. So let's make the fish bits and breadcrumbs. And now let's head on down to Port Khazard to get the rest of the ingredients. Totally random, but there's just something about this area south of Ardoyne that just kicks in the nostalgia vision for me. Whether it's the old quests like Fight Arena or just the old scenery, to me it's all just a good time to walk through. Well, I totally derped and put RuneLight on the wrong monitor, so the screen size was a little bit messed up. But anyways, this dude Murphy will help us dive underwater to get the kelp and crab meat that we need. Here we go! Neat, we're swimming underwater now. What? An untradeable drop for a fresh crab claw. I'll just pick this up just in case I need it. Anyways, I got some kelp, now let's make up the fish cakes and free Pirate Pete. Now let's free Pirate Pete and boom, there we go. 1k XP and a few different skills and we unlock more of the Culinara Master's chest. Before we go any further, I just want to show you guys what the subquest completion does for us. The food shop at this chest has more items in stock, but more importantly, the item shop has a new set of bronze gloves for me, which are doubly as powerful as the hard leather set. That's not big now since we don't need them for combat or anything, but we will unlock higher tier gloves as we go throughout the quests, which will be more useful for combat situations. Also, I just looked up what this claw is, and apparently I can craft it into a new glove slot item. It gives +1 melee strength and some minor defensive bonuses, so it's really not all that good, and honestly is in some ways outclassed by the bronze gloves that we have now. But all that aside, I can't store this anywhere, so I'm just gonna drop it. So, obviously I forgot to open the caskets I got while AFKing Teaks, so let's open them now so I can free up those inventory slots. Nothing, 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 and nothing. Honestly, that's expected from beginner caskets. Now for the easies, nothing. Ooh, steel plate skirt trimmed. That's Fashionscape, baby. Nothing and nothing. Cool. Honestly, not bad for 4 easy clues done. I will definitely take 1 unique. And for the mediums, some small alks. Okay, I'll take that. Ooh, wolf mask. That's sick. Doesn't do anything for us, but that looks awesome. Also a heraldic Audi helm and trimmed strength amulet. Those aren't super high level gear or anything, but it'll be nice having some more combat gear ready to go in the house. Okay, so we're at the reward chest. Let's go to medium and we can store the wolf mask, heraldic helm, and oh, that's cool. The heraldic pieces are all single sets, so I can take it out freely without having the rest of the H5 set. And the strength amulet goes in here too. Now let's go to easy and store the steel plate skirt. This one I can't take out because I don't have the full set yet and I'm a UIM, but that's fine since there is a lot better armor that's easily accessible. I went and sold off everything and my cash stack got a nice boost to 418k. Now let's get back to the quest. We're heading back to Jim Anua's store to get some bread and charcoal, then a charter ship for an orange and a knife. Now let's slice the orange, and to Garant's store for fishing bait. I also need some purple dye, and there's a handy spawn by the Khazard Spirit Tree. And finally, some spice. Now I need to head on over to Goblin Village, and I have no idea what the fastest way over there is. So apparently we just need to help this goblin cook create an explosion, which he thinks will make him famous, and in turn he tells us how to make the meal for the generals. Finally, here we go, that's the goblin subquest down for 1 quest point and 1k XP and a few skills. Just 4 more to go. Next up is the Mountaindorf quest, and to complete that I need to do fishing contest first. Let's just see if I can... No, okay. I can't even start it now. Whatever. The premise of fishing contest is pretty simple. You want go in tunnel, dwarf no friend, you win fishing contest, dwarf new friend. That's literally all it is. Though thankfully this quest takes like 5 minutes to do and only needs a clove of garlic and a fishing rod. You just gotta put this clove in the pipe to scare off the vampire, fish a giant carp, and turn it in, and you're golden. There we go, that's fishing contest done, which gives us access to the tunnel under White Wolf Mountain and allows us to complete the RFD Dwarf quest. And obviously next was going to be starting the Mountain Dwarf subquest. Like the others, I just need to make the dwarf's favorite food, and for which most of the ingredients I can purchase from the Culinaromancer's chest. How convenient. We also need some Asgardian ales to befriend another old dwarf, so I just got 6 Asgardian ales from the pub in Falador, and to turn them into Asgardian ales, I just need to add 1 gold coin to each. How fancy. In case you were wondering, the reason fishing contest is required for this quest is because you need to talk to this old dwarf named Rohak in the tunnel under White Wolf Mountain to make the dwarf's meal. And as it turns out, his favorite meal is a dwarven rock cake, which sounds absolutely appalling. Now I just need to cool this cake off and we're good to go. Since I don't have Hero's Quest completed, I need to kill an ice fiend to cool the cake. And finally, we can give the cake to the dwarf, and boom, that subquest is down, which gives us 1k cooking XP and Slayer. Ooh, nice, a Slayer level. And we're halfway done with the subquests for today. So for the next 2 subquests, I actually need to complete Big Chompy Bird Hunting. It's a pretty easy quest that just unlocks ogre bows and arrows, and should be a fun little diversion in the middle of all this questing. Questing in the middle of questing. Sure, that's a diversion. The gist of this quest is this ogre Rance wants you to help him catch and cook a chompy bird. It's not super exciting, so I won't bore you with all the details. Swamp Bubbles! This healthy drink from the Feldip Hill Swamp is brought to you by Romeister. Oh boy, here's my first chompy kill on the account. I am so not excited for that Western Diaries grind. There's Big Chompy thing completed for some random XP rewards. I'm going to hold on to some of this gear because I think I'll need it for the Ogre subquest of Recipe for Disaster. The 4th part of this quest for today is going to be the Lumbridge Guide. This is probably the simplest subquest of them all, since all the ingredients can be bought here at the chest, and all you have to do is bake a cake with some enchanted ingredients, courtesy of Wizard Treyborn. This Wizard Treyborn is more than happy to enchant your ingredients for you, but he first wants to test your IQ a little bit. First, for the egg, he tests your knowledge of NPCs by asking you to identify 3 random NPCs. Then for the milk, he tests your Gillinor trivia skills by asking you random questions about the game. And finally, for the flour, he tests your memory by presenting 10 items and asking questions about them. That's all done, so let's wrap up this part of the quest. We bake the cake, and finally, that's the Lumbridge Guide subquest done. The penultimate subquest is going to be the Ogre subquest. More or less, you just need to catch a larger variant of that chompy bird that we caught earlier, called the Jubbly. Holy hell, I was passing through the jungle to do this quest, and one of the tribesmen really messed me up. He didn't really hit me hard, but he poisoned me, and I had no idea it hit 11s. Anyways, we're back on track, we got our toad balloon thing, and here's our Jubbly. That thing is massive. Jubbly down, now let's cook this thing and give it to Scratch Uglugwy. Boom, that's 5 subquests down, just 1 more to go. Just real quick, with that part completed, we now have access to more stuff in the chest. Most importantly, we now have Mithril Gloves, which are a massive upgrade over what we had before, giving +6 in all melee and range bonuses and +3 in magic bonuses. It costs 2k, so I'm not going to buy a pair just yet. I just wanted to look at them since it's cool and it's just so satisfying getting upgrades on this account. Though we are not quite done yet for today. There's still one more subquest I want to knock out today, and that is the Evil Dave portion. For that though, I first need to complete Shadow of the Storm, and before I can do that, I need to complete the Golem. These are 2 relatively easy and short quests, so let's go knock them out and finish this up. The gist of the golem is basically there's this golem here at the ruins of Uzer standing guard, and our job is to repair it and let it know that its task is complete. While I was in the area, I figured I'd complete the Desert Easy task for mining some clay. Nice. And also complete the easy task for catching a golden warbler, and also I completed a medium task while I was getting the phoenix feather for the quest. There's also a medium task behind the Uzer ruins for chopping a teak tree, but I forgot to bring an axe, so I'll do that when I come back here. It turns out the Varrock Museum stole a statuette from the ruins, so we're stealing it back. How fun. Ooh, spooky! This lair looks so evil. There we go, the golem is reprogrammed, and that is quest completed, and we can now do Shadow of the Storm. I also brought an axe to do that task, so awesome. Next up is Shadow of the Storm, and for whatever reason, the start of the quest is near the Alcarid Bank. I'm pretty sure we don't come back to this spot during the quest, so it's a little odd, but whatever. Look at my super evil outfit. Anyways, the gist of this quest is we're trying to help that priest fully summon the demon Agreth Nar so we can kill him once and for all. That sounds easy enough, right? The quest guide said I should get ready with combat gear now, so here's what I'm going in with. It's mostly full Addy, kudos to the Addy Heraldic Helm, with my newly minted Darklight, Mithril Gloves, and I'm bringing the unfinished Zami book for the prayer bonus, and this will help me keep my protection prayers up for a little longer, since it attacks with both melee and magic. Also, I'm bringing some lobbies, since I will definitely need some food. So, skipping ahead a bit, we tried to summon the demon, but Danath duped us, and we ended up turning him into Agreth Nar, and he is now trying to destroy Gillinor or something. So we rallied the priest and a few other fellows to help us resummon the demon so we can kill it finally. And there it is. Let's kill this dude. Alright, let's just turn on Protect from Magic and see how this goes. Honestly, I'm not expecting this to go too poorly, but here's a chance. Honestly, that wasn't too bad of a fight. It looked bad early on, but I ended up pulling it together. Now we get to choose a combat skill for the 10k experience reward, and I thought about this for a while, and I'm going to put this into range since that's my lowest combat skill and we'll get the biggest level bump out of it. Boom, that's quest complete and level 47 range. Awesome. Also, here's a neat little extra reward at the end of the quest. You can chisel these gems off the demon's throne, which are 2 sapphires, 2 emeralds, and 2 rubies. While I have these rubies on me, I want to see if I can give them to the curator at the Varrock Museum to start on that dig site medallion thing. Oh, yes. Awesome, I can do it. Next time I death pile, I'll give these 2 stacks of rubies over to him to free up those 2 spaces. And now it's finally time to get to Evil Dave's subquest. Finally, we're starting Evil Dave's subquest for RFD. We need to go talk to his mother, but first we need to go grab something. Hey there, buddy. It's time to catch some rats. This subquest gets a little weird since we need to perfectly season a stew for Evil Dave, and the best place I can think of to get stews is from the bar in Sears Village. There's a chance we'll need to go back there for more, so I'm just going to grab some runes for like 5 casts of the Camelot Telly. With all the stews in my inventory and permission from his mother, we are entering Evil Dave's lair. This is where the quest gets annoying. Evil Dave doesn't know how to make his favorite stew, so we have to test 4 different spices in stews up to 3 doses of each to figure out how to make his stew. That's honestly not too bad, but to get the spices, we need to catch these hell rats with our cat, which as you can imagine is not a fun time. Thankfully though, Lamar is trained for situations just like this. We now have a bit of each spice, so we're going to test each one to see what Dave likes. Hopefully it's like 1 of each. Also, I just noticed that Lamar is now a Hellcat. That's cool, I guess. So it's 1 red, 1 brown, 2 yellow, and 3 orange spices, which honestly isn't too bad. Let's test it on Dave. Yep, that's it. Now let's give this to the other Evil Dave and finish up the quest. And there we go, that's Evil Dave's subquest done for 7k cooking experience, and we now have access to Addy gloves from the chest. I'm just using up these last 4 tellies so they don't go to waste, but that's going to wrap it up for this episode. It may not feel like it, but we made a ton of progress today considering the adamant gloves give us a much improved glove slot for training Slayer and other PVM, plus all the questing today got us another 10 quest points and sets me up really nicely for other content down the road. I kind of have the questing bug now, so next time I'm thinking I'll start tackling some of the Mire Key quests and maybe see about some other quests along the way. Until then, I'm going to get back to AFKing some woodcutting, and this time I'm going to do some use at the Woodcutting Guild so I can train fletching a bit too. Go give the video a like, get subscribed, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos in this series. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and go join the Ascending's Discord server if you want to join the community. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one.